Amanda Holden, the effervescent Britain's Got Talent judge whose quick wit and unfiltered candor have made her a staple of British entertainment, has laid bare the raw challenges of raising teenage daughters in the modern age. At 54, with a career spanning radio hosting, television presenting, and theatrical performances, Holden finds herself navigating the treacherous waters of adolescence with her youngest, Hollie, 14, who has entered a phase of selective silence that leaves her mother both exasperated and empathetic. In a heartfelt conversation, Holden painted a vivid picture of this domestic drama, contrasting the emotional send-off of her eldest, Lexi, 19, to university with the daily skirmishes at home that test every ounce of parental patience. The transition of Lexi to university life last year was, by Holden's account, a milestone laced with tears but ultimately manageable. "I was tearful," she admitted, recounting the weekend ritual of loading a van with dorm essentials, unpacking in a flurry of excitement and nerves, and driving back in a quiet van, the empty seats a stark reminder of change. Husband Chris Hughes, the music producer whose steady presence anchors their family, joined her in the goodbye, both dissolving into sobs as Lexi waved from her new chapter. Yet Holden draws solace from the cyclical nature of young adulthood. They come back, they finish university, they don't know what to do, they're in debt, and they come back and live at home. This is just a small break. It's a pragmatic outlook, tempered by her own observations of friends like Myleene Klass, whose emotional breakdown at her daughter's departure resonated widely among mothers. Holden, ever the realist, chooses to relish the interlude of quiet, a rare luxury in her high-octane schedule. But it's Hollie who presents the more immediate conundrum, a 14-year-old ensconced in the fortress of teenagehood, where conversations dwindle to monosyllables and doors slam like punctuation marks. "Very sadly, I have a child at university and a 14-year-old who doesn't really want to speak to me," Holden confessed, her tone a mix of humor and heartache. This isn't mere hyperbole, it's the universal rite of passage for parents of teens, amplified by the digital deluge of social media influences and peer pressures that Holden, as a public figure, understands all too acutely. She doesn't dwell in self-pity though, instead she frames it as a phase, one that demands patience and a light touch, drawing from her own working-class roots where resilience was forged in the fires of necessity. Holden's defense of Lexi against the scourge of nepo baby labels is fierce and multifaceted, a rallying cry for merit in an industry rife with nepotism whispers. Signed to Storm, the storied agency that launched Kate Moss into supermodel stratosphere, Lexi has carved her path through sheer grit. "They can throw nepo around all day long, but it doesn't really mean anything," Holden asserted, pointing to her daughter's dual workload, university studies by day, modeling gigs by night. Recent shoots for Storm showcased Lexi's poise in a form-fitting blazer that echoed her mother's timeless elegance. Her features a striking blend of Holden's vivacity and Hughes' understated charm. Holden extends this advocacy to peers like Iris Law and Romeo Beckham, praising their talent over pedigree. "Within their own way they are brilliant and they will last." Iris Law is stunning. She contextualizes it broadly, noting how connections permeate all fields, from finance to fashion, yet survival hinges on substance. To survive, though, you have to be able to back it up or they will just fall by the wayside. Delving into her backstory, Holden evokes a childhood far removed from glamour. Raised by her mother and grandmother in a modest home, her first job a humble stint in a fruit shop, secured through familial ties to the owner. "My mum and dad got me a job in a fruit and veg world," she laughed, underscoring the irony of her ascent to a £7 million family manse inspired by the opulent Beverly Hills Hotel. This self-made ethos fuels her relentless drive, rising at 5 a.m. for Heart FM's breakfast show, a routine that demands precision amid the juggle of family and fame. "My schedule now is really intense and can be overwhelming, but Chris is brilliant, and we have people at home that help. My parents help, my sister is in the country at the moment and she's helping. It's all hands on deck." Lexi's industriousness mirrors this. She is working during the day and is doing stuff for Storm, a point of pride that reinforces Holden's belief in earned success. Amid these familial tides, Holden's professional horizon brims with ambition. Her latest venture as host of BBC's Celebrity Inner Circle, a thrilling fusion of quiz mastery and relational intrigue. Premiering in a prime slot before Strictly Come Dancing, the show, blending elements of The Traitors and The Weakest Link, challenges celebrity bonds through trivia and revelations, promising evenings of laughter and light-hearted betrayal. Holden, stepping into solo presenting shoes, admits to nerves born of investment. "I do feel nervous because it's been a long process and I have been there through every part of it. From piloting in a church hall under exec scrutiny to filming 32 episodes in Glasgow, her fingerprints are everywhere, infusing authenticity over artifice. It feels like it's more me and less quiz show host. It feels authentic and I care about it, which is why I want it to work. The wardrobe for the series was a sartorial playground, blending sustainability with star power. There was a really lovely leather Victoria Beckham dress, she enthused, alongside recycled pieces from past broadcasts and unworn personal favorites. But beyond glamour, Holden gleaned quirky gems. Slugs possess teeth, bananas qualify as berries, strawberries hail from the rose family. My takeaway wasn't what colors are in the Croatian flag, it was slugs have got teeth and I've told everyone. These tidbits, shared with infectious zeal, encapsulate her charm, turning erudition into entertainment. Parenting teens, Holden implies, is its own quiz. Unpredictable questions, high stakes, and the occasional eureka moment. With Hollie's reticence and Lexi's independence, she models grace under pressure, her home a testament to love's labor. As celebrity inner circle beckons, Holden stands ready, her perils of parenthood not a burden but a badge of devoted motherhood, proving that even in silence, bonds endure.